Why does your dog lose its mind the second you walk through the door, while your cat barely reacts at all? You come home after a long day, and your dog jumps, wags its tail, spins in circles, and acts like this is the greatest moment in history. Meanwhile, your cat might glance at you from the couch, blink once, and go right back to doing absolutely nothing. So why are these two animals so different? Does the dog really love you more? And does the cat care less than it seems? The answer is not as simple as most people think. In this video, we're going to break down the real scientific reasons behind these behaviors, explain why dogs show emotion so loudly while cats often stay calm, and help you understand what both animals are actually trying to communicate. One of the biggest reasons people misunderstand pets is because we judge them by human expectations. We naturally read excitement as love. If someone runs toward us, wants our attention, and looks thrilled to see us, we assume the emotional bond must be strong. On the other hand, if someone stays calm, keeps their distance, or reacts quietly, we often read that as indifference. That works badly even with people, and it works even worse with animals. Dogs and cats are not expressing different amounts of love. They are expressing emotion through completely different behavioral systems. Humans tend to reward visible emotion, so dogs feel easier to understand. Cats seem mysterious only because their signals are subtler. The key idea is simple. Their emotional expressions are different, not their ability to bond. To understand that difference, we first need to look back at their evolutionary history. Dogs evolved from highly social ancestors that depended on group living. In a pack, communication mattered constantly. Excitement, movement, vocal signals, body language, and physical closeness all helped strengthen social bonds and coordinate behavior. If you survived by staying connected to others, being emotionally expressive had real value. Then domestication pushed that even further. Over thousands of years, the dogs that fit best into human life were the ones that responded well to people, paid close attention to human signals, and actively sought interaction. That is why modern dogs are often so tuned into our presence. When your dog gets wildly excited to see you, it is not just random energy. It is a social behavior deeply rooted in the way dogs evolved. Cats followed a very different path. Their ancestors were mostly solitary hunters. For them, survival depended less on group communication and more on patience, silence, observation, and precise timing. Staying calm was an advantage. Moving too much, reacting too loudly, or depending on others too heavily would not help a small predator stalking prey alone. That is why cats often appear more controlled and reserved. Their calmness is not emotional emptiness. It is part of the behavioral style that helped their ancestors survive. But evolution is only part of the story. Science helps explain why dogs respond to humans so openly. Dogs are strongly influenced by social bonding systems, including oxytocin, a hormone associated with attachment and trust. Studies show that friendly interaction between dogs and humans can increase oxytocin levels in both. This helps explain why dogs often seek eye contact, physical closeness, touch, and shared emotional moments. They are wired to use social interaction as part of bonding. That is also why dogs often look directly at us when they are excited, uncertain, or waiting for a response. They actively use human attention as a social resource. For many dogs, eye contact and closeness are not just nice extras, they are central parts of connection. Cats build trust differently. They can form strong attachments to humans, but those bonds are usually expressed in quieter ways. A cat may not run to the door, but it may choose to stay in the same room, sleep near you, rub against your legs, greet you with a soft sound, or slowly blink at you. These behaviors are subtle, but they are meaningful. One of the most surprising findings from research is that cats are capable of forming real attachment bonds with humans, including secure attachment patterns. In other words, the calm cat on the couch may be much more emotionally connected to you than it looks. The myth that calm behavior means emotional distance simply does not hold up. If you want to understand your pet better, the first step is to stop comparing one species to the other. Dogs often show affection through excitement, tail wagging, following you around, bringing toys, wanting touch, and reacting strongly when you return home. Their love is usually easy to see. Cats often show affection differently, choosing to sit near you, following you quietly, sleeping close by, headbutting, slow blinking, purring, or simply staying relaxed in your presence. A cat that feels safe enough to be calm around you is often showing trust, not emotional distance. You can see this at home if you pay attention to patterns. Does your dog always check where you are? Does your cat choose your room over other parts of the house? Does your cat sit nearby without asking for much? Does your dog visibly relax when you are close? Those small patterns often reveal more than dramatic moments do. However, there are a few important details that many pet owners never consider. Not every dog is wildly energetic, and not every cat is cool and reserved. Some dogs are naturally calmer, quieter, or more independent. Some cats are extremely social, vocal, and openly affectionate. Biology matters, but so do breed, age, health, early experiences, and personality. A young, healthy, well-socialized dog may act very differently from an older or anxious one. A confident cat may seek contact often, while a stressed or cautious cat may seem distant even when it is deeply attached. That is why individual temperament matters just as much as general species differences. The smartest thing an owner can do is appreciate the pet in front of them instead of comparing it to stereotypes. Your dog does not need to behave like every dog, and your cat does not need to match every cat. What matters most is learning the emotional language of your own animal. So, why does your dog get excited while your cat stays calm? Because dogs evolved in a social system where visible emotional communication strengthened bonds, while cats evolved in a way that rewarded patience, observation, and independence. Neither style is better. Dogs often express attachment through energy, closeness, and obvious enthusiasm. Cats often express attachment through calm trust, quiet presence, and selective affection. These are simply two different ways of building relationships. And that is the real takeaway. The better we understand these differences, the stronger our bond with our pets becomes. A dog may show love like a celebration. A cat may show it like quiet confidence. But both can be real, deep, and meaningful. Is your pet exactly like this, or does it completely surprise you? Share your funniest dog or cat story in the comments. If you learned something new, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. More videos are coming on animal psychology, pet behavior, scientific discoveries, and the most fascinating cat versus dog comparisons.